How are you?
Hell yeah.
How are you? Well, so we were trying to go live and we couldn't. Um, don't know why couldn't add Alan in. So we are screen recording this conversation, having the chats via Messenger. So which we should have done in the first place. But anyway, happy Father's Day, everybody.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Yeah, Alan, how are things?
I'm good, Laura. How are you?
Good, Grant, but come here. Thanks very much for being the first one. You're a legend. You know, I was shitting, wasn't
Yeah.
I? Yeah,
But that wouldn't be Laura if she wasn't.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But no, it was much easier. That's what I was saying to Chris last night. Is that I don't mind so much. Like I was all morning riddled with anxiety, and then I was like, oh, at least it's just Alan. It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. But the more you do it, you'll get better at it, and then it'll come second nature to you again and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Hang on a second. What is it, love?
Can we bring back the baskets that they
No, because no, go on.
okay. Why?
Now, please stop coming in.
Um,
Oh my God.
That's what happens when you have children, Laura.
Go, quick.
Bye.
Boy.
So, we're on today. I suppose we'll have a good rant, will we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what pisses you off, Alan? Here's a good question. Never heard that at the start of a chat. What pisses you off?
Well, I suppose I'll introduce myself a little bit, will I?
Yeah.
As Laura said, my name's Alan. Alan Fay, I'm 28.
Alan.
Thank Laura for giving me 2 years younger. Laura said I was 26, but we won't complain with that. But my name's Alan Fay. I'm from Ballymun. I have cerebral palsy. But I don't let my disability define who I am as a person because I now know the way, kind of, and it's who I am, I suppose. And I'm also a customer in Laura's Barbershop, which is Image Barbers for anyone who doesn't know.
And I got to butcher you every couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's right beside the Access in Ballymun for anyone who doesn't know. But
Legends plugging the shop.
that's how I met Laura, I suppose. And as she said in that countdown, I was actually at Laura's wedding.
Yeah.
There's not many people who actually get to go to the barber wedding.
I suppose not.
There you go. I have done a lot of active. I've been a disability activist for God knows how long. There's a lot of things that bug me through society, but we can't control all things in society, so we just need to get on with it. But I suppose access is a huge thing. Like, if a building is not wheelchair accessible, I can't get into it.
Yeah.
And you have to ring. Yeah. Also,
The
in
trains,
public,
Alan. That was a big thing when you told me that about the trains. Like you were saying you'd have to let them know the day before that you're coming to be able to go on a train.
yeah,
That's ridiculous, man. It's crazy, isn't it?
it's crazy. Like, I don't know if it's 4 hours with some stations, but it used to be 24. I have to double check that. But even 4 hours is still crazy. Like, I should be able to go onto a train or onto a, well, Dublin bus is a lot easier, but still,
Yeah.
like, I should be able to use public transport in the way I want to use it.
Yeah. Like
No.
years ago when you were a child, so in a wheelchair, the Dublin bus wouldn't have been very good, would it?
No.
No. So it's only kind of in the last few years and they upgraded the buses that they get them ramp
Well,
things and they're
uh,
good. Like,
it's a long time now since they do have the ramps in, so it's just good. But on another no, the ramp is not always working on the Dublin bus either.
yeah,
So you can't always get the bus you want to get.
yeah,
So you have to wait for another bus. And a buggy could be on that bus. And if the person refuses to follow the buggy,
yeah. You can't get on
the
them.
no, the driver can't. The driver can ask them to move, but they can't. If they say no, the driver can't do anything.
That's crazy as well, isn't it? Like they could follow the buggy, but I've seen it as well. Like you could say, sure, they'd follow their buggy. They actually don't. A lot of them wouldn't. I've seen it.
No.
Yeah, that's mad. Like there's it's just kind of unless you're in a wheelchair, you wouldn't actually really think of these things. Like I wouldn't have thought before about anybody in a wheelchair. Like I would have even been one of them Egypts that would have parked in a wheelchair space. Do you know what I mean? Not even thinking. And then I
Yeah.
met you. Do you know what I mean? And also as well, I have to say, and I've said this to you as well, where before I met you, and like you're just gas, like, but before I met you I would have kind of said to the person who was wheeling the chair, what'll I do with his hair? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than ask you, which is terrible, but I would be guilty of that like years ago.
I get that, but it also annoys the life out of me because I get a lot of I got help them when I'm out in society.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit.
I God bless them. Now I get with elderly people, it's it's more common and they don't mean it.
Yeah, they mean well.
But when a younger person does it, then I'm like, you need the help, not me.
Yeah, someone your age, like,
Yeah, and I can say that I can probably guess that you're a bit like that when I know people have noticed recently and you've publicised that on your Instagram when you've been trolled.
it's
And
horrible.
yeah, like
Yeah, like
it's
there was another one today already. Like it's absolutely crazy. It was a woman again today. Like it's you would like to say, that's just some teenager with nothing
yeah,
better to do. This woman
yeah,
and a lot of them to be kind of my age and older, women and men.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. It's similar with disability as well.
Yeah,
Like not I don't get trolled as such, but I get self pity.
yeah,
And it's like I don't want your self pity. I'm in a wheelchair and I can't control that,
yeah, yeah.
you know?
But you're a happy person. You don't let the
Yeah.
wheelchair define you. Like
No, and another thing too, like as I told you before, and in the barbershop as well, these people that are trolling you and these people that give me self pity, they're just they just look for conflict.
yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be able to be mean to anyone like that, Alan. I don't think you could either. Like, has to
No.
take a whole special kind of horrible yoke to do that. Like,
Yeah, it's really sad to be honest.
yeah,
Um, and I suppose growing up with a disability, like I know no different,
yeah,
and people need to realize that. And I'm also from an area that gets a lot of bad press and a lot
yeah.
of like antisocial behaviour.
Because you're a
So
Ballymun man through and through, aren't you? Like,
yeah,
and
yeah, but it's like it's where I'm from, and it's where I'll always call home, Ballymun. Like we
yeah,
we get a lot of bad press, and I get why, but it's not it's not all bad. Like
No,
you're from
the
Scotland.
people of Ballymun are just unbelievable. Like they're just amazing. Like it's, I love the community in Ballymun. Like there would never be an elderly person left alone in Ballymun. Do you know what I mean? There would always people rallying around helping each other, and I love to see that.
You're from Swords, but
Yeah,
you're 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 an adopted Ballymun aren't they?
absolutely, I am. Yeah,
But can I ask you a question?
yeah.
I know you're interviewing me. This is class. But
No, this is the chats.
what 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 got you the motivation? I know you said COVID, but what got you the motivation to do the podcast in general? Was it just COVID and lockdown and
Yeah, it
stuff
was
like
literally
that?
COVID and lockdown. I had time. Like I was at home with small kids, and I was used to being out working. And then COVID happened, and there was you're not going to work. There's no barbers open. Like, and
Yeah,
rather than go off my head, I thought I'll just set up this page. It was only ever to be like a little Mrs. Hinch cleaning page, just to keep me occupied and kind of have people to talk to online. That was really all. And then I missed talking to people because in the barbershop you're talking to someone new every half an hour, like, and it's brilliant.
yeah,
And that's my favorite thing about work. But
yeah.
then you were just not like the kids were so small, you couldn't even get a conversation out with them, like unless it was about Peppa Pig. So I thought, right, one day I just said, I typed out this thing that said, I want to I want to interview people from different pages with real lives and real issues and all that, and
Yeah.
who would be interested. And I threw my phone into the drawer, Alan, because I was terrified. I was like, "Oh my god, that was a stupid thing to do. People are going to think I'm a weirdo." And I
Yeah.
left it in the drawer, and I wouldn't go back to it. And after about 2 hours, I went back, and there was 51 comments on it, and loads of likes, and like a right few yeses. And I spent the next 3 weeks doing lives because I was loads of them wanted to do it. I was so happy, I couldn't believe it. And then it
And
just snowballed.
this is what I'm telling you, like you nearly have 10,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah,
It's probably gone up, is it?
it's 11 now. Yeah.
It's so obviously people like what you're doing. So
Yeah.
and I also was at Laura's first live show in the Access Theatre. Was that 2 years ago or 3 years ago now, Laura?
That was a year and a half ago now. It was April last year.
Yeah.
That was amazing,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Or was it the year? No, the year before. I don't know. It could be 2 years, yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh,
it
that was
was
great. I want to do another one.
it was really good. But back to me. Back to me now.
Yeah, back to you. Yeah, I love
But
that.
that sorry, I don't mean it that way.
That's
But
deadly.
yeah, but like I'm from the like you see people coming in from Ballymun every single day.
Yeah,
And it's I'm sure I'm sure they I'm sure you know most of us now.
yeah, absolutely.
And does it surprise you at how much the community is tightly together? Like
Ah, it used to shock me. I was like, because I know of elderly men, say, the one man in particular, and he lost his wife years ago. And that man, he will be able to make his way up to do his shopping or make his way up for a pint because his pals will call for him on the way and make sure that he
yeah,
gets up for a pint and things like that. And that means that nobody is left kind of with no one. And even when something terrible happens, like if there's a death or anything, the family's rallying together and making sure, I mean, like food left on doorsteps, dinners left on doorsteps, like the whole lot. Like it's just, I've, I've never seen a community like it. Do you know what I
no.
mean? There isn't
And
any.
I love being from the area. Like
Yeah, it's like
when
doors open, everybody's kids are in everybody's
they,
house, and
they, this will tell you when you left, it was the first time I was like, no. I was like, no, she's gone. And then you came back, and
Yeah,
then you went again, and then we're back again.
yeah. I'm saying this time. They'll have to take me out there in a box the next time.
She always tells me that.
Yeah.
Um, um, who do you hope to have on the podcast next?
Oh, I don't know. I have a list. I have a right few people on now. For the next 3 weeks, I'm booked out with lives 2 a week,
Yeah,
so I have 7 to do.
yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I think. See, the thing is about doing the lives, right?
Yeah.
I actually prefer to do them with just ordinary people, so I'd never be kind of hunting down a celebrity really or anything like that.
Laura,
In my
that's a
experience
lie.
over the years, they've been the best ones, the ordinary people. Like
Laura, that's a lie. I had Danny from the Corona.
I had Danny from the Coronas, and I had Kira Dignam, and on the podcast we had Chrissy Dignam. Chrissy Dignam's one was amazing. That was the best.
Yeah. This is actually my second podcast
Yeah,
interview with you, Laura.
yeah. This is the second one.
I only realised that.
Yeah,
People can also go and have a look at that.
that was actually
But,
a great one, wasn't it? That was
yeah,
really good. The link to that one is still in my on my highlight reel on Instagram.
okay.
Anyone wants to
Um,
go and have a look?
yeah, I suppose, is there any questions that you want to ask me specifically, Laura?
Like you know things like shopping centres and all that. Like, like what would your big hassle be now today if you were to be going out shopping? Like, do you have to be checking where you're going and making sure it's all accessible? Or
See, I always, now I'm independent, but I always have someone with me, but there's no point in me going to a shop if I can't get into it.
yeah,
Or if it has steps,
yeah,
or a big huge step, or the cash register is high.
yeah,
I don't look at these things for me specifically. I look at these things for somebody else in a wheelchair
yeah,
who is more able-bodied than me, can reach the cash register, who can get their own shopping. But if that's not accessible, there's no point in that person going to the shop because they're struggling is they're struggling because that's not accessible.
yeah. And I know as well. One more thing I wanted to ask you was, I know you were supposed to go to college a few months ago, and you were absolutely fecking let down. I think by the system. What happened there?
Uh, Basically, I took down to study social care in college, and I went to lots of different colleges. I had a look around, but most of them, they some of them were accessible, but my main issue was trying to get a PA for college.
Yeah,
Um, they were looking around for PAs, and then the company that was meant to hire the PA for college, they they pulled out. They fu- they pulled out of funding, so it was not possible for me to go to college, and I'm still trying to go.
that's absolutely crazy, isn't it? Now that would that's just so frustrating. There isn't a need for that. Like to be pulling the funding on PAs for somebody like you who wants to go to college and study, and that's actually brilliant to be doing social care.
Like for instance, I live with my granny and granddad, as you know, Laura,
Yeah,
and I was brought up in the care system because of my mom and dad fell into drug addiction. Um, but there was this one particular social worker. She said to me, "I went to mainstream school and I completed LCA."
Yeah,
And she said to me, "Granny, this was before I was going into the LCA."
yeah.
She said, she said to me, "Granny, are you sure I'll be able for mainstream school?" And me granny said to her, "Why don't you ask Alan that question?
God.
Why you asking me that question for?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm just wondering would he be able for
It turns
it?
out you were.
Would he be capable for it?" And I got a distinction in the leaving cert, so
Well done.
they're not always right.
No, they're
These
not
people,
always right, and that's two fingers to that person that thought you wouldn't do it. Well done.
no, yeah, it's it's great proving people wrong.
Yeah.
And I have a recommendation. You probably came across him. He's another person in a wheelchair, and he always does stuff on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. His name is James Cassidy.
Oh, I've never come across him now. I'll have a look when I get off. This is
He's 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 been all over. He's been all over Brussels. He's been all over places like that, trying to fight for people with disabilities and stuff like that. And he's been on Ireland AM and stuff like that. So
I love the way you do fight for all that. Like you're an activist. Like you like
yeah,
the help.
and it's like I remember, I remember, as you said in your introduction, I remember like you were in a wreck trying to get the life back,
Yeah,
and I said to you, "Laura, I'll do the fourth one," and that's what I do try to do with people. I try to make them feel comfortable,
yeah,
whether whether it's something simple or not.
yeah, yeah.
Like I always try to help.
But you know, I so appreciate this today because my nerves are gone. Even this morning, my nerves are gone,
Yeah.
and it's only you.
Is is there anything else you would like to ask me or?
No, just like what would you change? What like I know you change a lot of things. What would be the number one thing? Like what would you love? I'm sure your answer would be a PA for college, but if you could click your fingers today, Alan, and change something for people in wheelchairs, what would it be?
Uh, Not only for people in wheelchairs, like for people with disabilities in general. I just want them to be more recognized in terms of in terms of government and stuff. Like
Yeah.
there was one story I heard recently. Uh, it's happened in wheelchair. His disability allowance was taken off him because
I
his
saw that.
his partner was working. Now, why does that affect? Now, I get it, like if you earn too much, but he, I get if you earn too much, like he needs that.
Yeah. Like he's not
It's
married. If he was married, it wouldn't even be a different story. It's just disgraceful.
not. It's like it's stuff like that. Like you're given disability allowance, but you're also taking it away because of that one little thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's crazy, and it is that would put someone in a terrible situation where they've already lost their independence of now
Yeah,
they're living in a chair, and then to have their money taken from them as well. You're completely reliant on everybody else, and that would not be a nice feeling at all.
yeah. Well, they're not living in a chair, but yeah, but
Yeah,
like they're and I say that girl that is working, she's like, "Oh, what do I do now?"
yeah,
because she also she obviously doesn't want to lose her job.
Yeah,
Or
she'd be like her job is more important now, and she's the panic of that would be that both of them would be stuck if anything happened to her job.
because she doesn't want to stop working, or she doesn't want to affect him either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. It's horrible, isn't it?
Um, one more question for you:
Go on.
if if you were if you were to take one dream, like with the pod, I know you did a show, but if you were to have one more dream, like to do with the podcast, what would it be?
Oh, just to not lose me nerve and keep it going now because it was as perfect as it could be. And I don't
Yeah,
think there was anything that I needed to change, but I lost my confidence somewhere along the way. And as long as that doesn't happen again, no, there's nothing I'd change. There's no dreams for it because it was a dream, Alan. It was my favourite
yeah,
thing to be doing, and I'm raging that I kind of let all that get in at me and stopped doing it because I love doing it, and I'm kind of annoyed at myself, but I'm delighted and I'm proud of myself to be back doing it now.
as I said, like 11,000 followers. That is astronomical for like the for the expectations. Like you
Yeah.
have like it was during COVID. You didn't expect anything, but
No.
like for the for the loud of trolls you get. Look at the look at the 11,000 followers that do like
Yeah.
look at the 11,000 followers that do like what you're doing, and I'm sure lots of people will listen to this today, and I'm expecting one or two trolls
Of course there will be.
to, to come in and go, ah look, she's in she's interviewing a person in a wheelchair. Like
Yeah.
I'm I'm expecting people to go, how low is that? But
Oh yeah. I
also,
thought of that as well last night, and I was like, people are actually going to accuse me of just getting you on for like the pity card, and I was like, that is actually how fucking nasty people are. Like
there you go.
that's why made sure at the start, well, even last night and all that, you're a family friend. We know you years. We are friends regardless, and nobody would be able to say that about us.
Like, like that's what I'm saying to you. I'm expecting people to go, ah, okay, she's she's bringing a person with a disability on a podcast,
Yeah,
and and
to
I'm
get a
like,
few likes, Alan. I'm only used
and
to her likes.
yeah, I'm like, you're gonna get that.
Of
So
course you will. You'll
if
always
you
get that.
if you get that, just keep going.
Yeah, yeah, no, I don't even care. Like, I really don't. No, we go way further than that. Like, and that's the thing. No matter what I do or who I'm going to interview, people are going to be a little. You're going to get a handful that are going to be negative anyway. But all I'll focus on is the positive. And I mean, I love doing it. But
Thanks for
but
thanks for letting me come on. I need it. And
thanks for
what?
coming on, Alan, because I was my nerves were gone, and just the other last week when I was chatting to you and you said, "Oh, go on, I'll go first," I was like, "Oh, thank God for that. That's
Yeah,
grand." But no,
yeah. But,
you're a legend.
but I I also I also said to you this before. Like I look up to you, and I look up to Chris, and I look up to a lot of people. I also look up to Kelly Harrington. I told you loads of times that I'm actually good friends with her. Like
Yeah,
it's people like yourself and people like Kelly that need to keep doing what they're doing, because it's. I know she's retired now, and I'm actually going to see her um in the Ambassador. She's doing a show with PJ Gallagher,
Oh, I
and
love him.
it's actually gonna be really good. But I'm just saying that because like it's people like you and people like her that inspire me to do these like lives and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Because even though she's won a gold medal, like she's still a normal human being, and this is what I'm trying to say to you. Like,
yeah.
don't let trolls get to you because that's all they are, is trolls.
Yeah, you're so right. That is exactly what it is. And if you let it get to you, Mir, I've already let it put brakes on me for 2 years, so I'm reckon not doing that anymore, Alan. But I
Yeah,
can't
but
believe that'd be a great show with Kelly and PJ Gallagher. I didn't know that. He is gas. I absolutely love him.
yeah, actually, he's a person you just should get on the podcast
I'd love to get him. I'd absolutely love to get him, actually.
because he's a he wrote a book on mental health and stuff,
That's
and
right.
I've and I'm pretty sure that it'll help a lot of people.
Absolutely,
Find it.
especially men as well, Alan, because you know yourself, men don't talk about their mental health as much as they should. And to be fair, it's a, it's a lot it's a lot easier for men these days to talk about it because there is a lot of it online. But men in general, in your day to day, the kind of the one next door type of thing, they don't really talk about their mental health or whatever, and it's damaging. Like,
And I know it's not always possible, but I said this to you before. If you need, if you don't feel comfortable on your own doing the podcast or doing the live, I can
you
hop
can
on
be
with
on.
you and we can both interview the person together.
Yeah,
So if they
absolutely.
if they throw one, and then
They're trolling us
another,
all.
yeah, yeah.
I love
So
it.
if you need help like that as well, I'm happy to help you.
Well, I think we should do a once a month one anyway. That's,
What you need?
we should do one of these lives once a month. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah,
me and you are just
yeah, a regular one, and
okay.
you can pick someone to bring on if you want. Then
What you need? Like,
whoever you'd want, if you wanted to interview someone as well.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be really good actually because
wouldn't it?
it'll take the. I know you love doing it, but it'll take the pressure off you as well, and you'd be less anxious. Like
Exactly.
in terms of, oh, I have to go on here again.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
I don't mind.
Yeah,
I don't mind helping you.
you
Helping you.
are a star, Alan. I'm buzzing now. I'm so glad we did this. Now, people will be watching this on Instagram and Facebook because I'll post it. But yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, we had a bloody nightmare trying to get this going, didn't we? So at least,
Yeah, the joys of Instagram.
yeah, the joys of Instagram and smartphones, they're not smart at all. Nothing smart about them.
Either, Mark Zuckerberg is not very clever, is he?
No, no.
No, no. But thanks again, Laura, for
Thank you very much, Alan. You're a legend. You've given me 36 minutes on a Sunday. You're a legend.
it's fun. And enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. You
And
enjoy your day, love. I'll give you a shout tomorrow anyway, or later on. I'm gonna post this now in a minute. So
sorry about the Instagram issue. I don't know what happened there.
so it's Instagram. I
But,
did it before with Fieldsy as well. It just acts the mog sometimes.
but just keep an eye on it in case that happens to you again.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Alan, you're a legend. Thank you so much, love.
You're welcome.
Right. I shall go and post this and I shall talk to you later, my dear.
See you later, Laura.
Thank you very much, hon.
Make sure you go. on and tell them why you're not on Instagram.
I will.
They'll-
I'll do that now.
They'll probably go, I was meant to be on Instagram.
Everybody's probably waiting to watch it.
Yeah.
Thanks, hon.
No problem.
Right, talk to you later.
See ya.
Bye bye.